Well, hello, everyone. This is Betty Meredith, President of the International Retirement Resource Center, and I'm happy to be your session host today for the Holy Grail of Retirement, how to increase income, growth, and liquidity with Curtis Cloke, CEO and founder of Thrive Income Distribution System. Over the last 20 years, we've seen new lifetime income products, research, and software that helps us better understand how to use a combination of lifetime income and managed assets, and how that can actually help leave our mass affluent and mass market, our middle market clients with more income and less chance of running out of money. Today, Curtis will show us how we can link all this together to better serve their income needs. Curtis is an award-winning financial professional and retirement income expert, trainer, and speaker with almost 30 years of experience in income distribution planning. Recognized in 2009 as a top 5 finalist for the Advisor of the Year by Senior Market Advisor magazine, Curtis provides educational workshops, seminars, and presentations on advanced retirement income planning strategies and techniques for financial professionals. Through his extensive experience, he has perfected the ability to quickly and accurately identify the income needs of his clients, and he has developed a systems-based sales approach that he teaches to advisors. Beyond using annuities to create guaranteed income for life, he also shows advisors how to generate the maximum inflation-adjusted income for their clients using the least amount of the portfolio. He has a track record of spot-on media commentary, and his expertise has been featured in Senior Market Advisor, Insurance News Net, Retirement Income Journal, the NAFA Annuity Outlook, Life Health Pro, and many more. He is a frequent guest on radio and TV stations, and he has been a guest presenter on a webinar series, Power Session Live with Real Wealth. So, Curtis, welcome for being here today. I will now turn it over to you.
Thank you, Betty. Just a little bit more information while Betty was doing her introduction, but let's just get started with today's session learning. We're going to talk about liquidity, understanding the illusion of control or the fear of missing out. We're going to talk about safe income, luck versus skill, predictable versus unpredictable, promise-based versus risk-based. We're going to discuss the top 5 risks that need to be mitigated in retirement, and then what's the agnostic approach, a basket of products approach, ridding ourselves of biases and myths and beliefs that maybe not be mathematically true. What's the power of the SPI and the Ds when building an income floor in combination with other solutions, and then how can you buy income and invest the difference? We're going to provide more long-term growth, more long-term liquidity, and greater legacy goals, whatever those might be for our consumer. So I want to talk about this bridge, and it's fairly appropriate given all the hurricanes we've had here in this season. But this bridge is a bridge in Honduras, and you might ask the question, what is this bridge about? There's no roads leading to the bridge, and there's no river running under it. Well, a hurricane came through Honduras, or a cyclone, if they may call it that over there. And it was so severe that it took all the roads out that led to the bridge. And it didn't just do that, it actually moved an entire river. And this picture is metaphoric in that if we continue to do the things that we've done over the last 30 to 50 years for retirement income planning, which that model was basically a significant amount of bond allocation where you could expect somewhere about a 5 to 6% income yield from the bond portfolio portion pretty consistently over time. We all recognize, given this low interest rate environment, that we're in a 30-year tranche that's probably going to be quite different. And now we have the risk of equity losses in bond instruments if we're not careful. And so we can't do what we've always done in the past because a hurricane, metaphorically, has come through the financial planning industry and all the tools that we use to help our consumers in retirement. And we must realize that those methods are rendered useless, just as this bridge. And so what are the reasons? Obviously, Medicare is underfunded. Pensions pretty much are gone, except if you're a federal employee and a few handful of companies. U.S. state pensions, which are not protected by the federal government's pension pool guarantee, are underfunded by $1 trillion. And if there's a couple of states that are severely in trouble, I'd hate to be one of the pension earners in one of those 2 states. And what is all this about? What is causing all these things to be true? And it's really a singular, you could boil it down to a singular most difficult risk, and that's the longevity risk that we're all facing. As a matter of fact, just to demonstrate this, this is the most recent mortality tables that come out. These were 2012 mortality tables by the Society of Actuaries. They were released to us back in 2014, and the last time tables were released were back in 2000. So there's 12 years between the previous numbers and the current numbers. And understand, we're talking about not people that are born at age 0, what's their life expectancy. We're talking about once they make it to 65, now what is that life expectancy? And what we learn from looking at this is that every man and woman in America, on average, who's arrived at 65, has increased in just 12 years, extension of life 2.45 years as a composite. So men in America are living to 86.6, once making it to 65, and women 88.8. Well, what we need to realize is if you go back and look at the trends, that trend has pretty much been widening. So it might have been, I'm making this up, but it might have been, you know, a 2.2 increase the previous 12 years. Or maybe it was a 1.9 the previous before that. But we're expanding the funnel that's getting wider at the top as we continue. And if we were to live 30, 35, or 40 years in retirement, and every 12 years add 2.5 years extension to our life, we can see this is real disruptive as we now go through more market cycles. We're having people live longer and with more sustainable lifestyle, but there's body parts that go bad, and there's illnesses that happen. And so we have to maintain our health care with much more expense before we pass on. We're going through hyperinflation periods, and we're going through lots of market volatility. And when we extend life, it's additional pressure, of course, as we all know, on our portfolios.